Hello, I'm Garrett Milbrandt, the voice of Millersville Ice Hockey, and as we begin the last weekend of the regular season is a homecoming of sorts for Gavin Rusnock, who will be getting the start at his old Phantom Youth stomping grounds. So how can Gavin and the boys tonight get a win in the last weekend of the regular season? Let's consult the keys to victory. First, you got to keep that momentum. Millersville had an absolutely electric last two games last weekend and look to keep playing their best hockey going into the playoffs, the most important time of the year to do so. They'll need to keep that up as they'll have two more road tests here against Lehigh and Drexel. And lastly, don't be too rash now. While yes, it's important to keep that momentum up, this isn't a conference game, so it won't really do much good either way, win or loss. Since we tie Scranton on points, they'll beat us in the head-to-head anyway, and we'll need TCNJ to go into their place and beat them on senior night tonight. So, anything can happen. Appalachian State beat Michigan. I don't think it's going to happen, though. So Millersville's probably locked into that 4-seed spot if TCNJ can't pull out a miracle in Pittston this evening. So, puck drop coming up in about 4 minutes. Stick with us. It'll be all here on YouTube. For those just joining us and missed the pre-show, I see there's a couple more here. Puck drop will be coming up in about 2 minutes. So sit tight. We're about to start off here in Newman. Excuse me. It looks exactly like Newman. It tripped me up. We're at Lehigh. If you notice in the Newman game, benches are almost the same. Where we're at is almost the exact same. But one great addition here at the Steel Ice Center, that netting, that beautiful, wonderful see-through netting. I love it so. Puck drop in about a minute and a half. Sorry, folks. My dad's really scared me there for a second. He said there was no way to get in, and he's in. Don't worry. Technical issues on his part. Really cutting it close, Dad. Thank you. So they sound like a national anthem, but they're lined up for it. Be a pretty good national anthem, though. Imagine the Olympics, USA team pulls up to this plan. Pretty cool. I'll write a petition. I was joking. Let's get that anthem going, guys. Okay. I mean, I'm liking it either way. It's fine. And someone dropped a helmet. Just calamity here at the Steel Ice Center so far. What's going on? Get it together, folks. Strom's throwing a bag around with his stick. Helmets are going all over the place. I don't know what's happening. I guess they're letting the song finish. Yeah, they're there. Yeah. Oh, well, second as I stand up. Oh. There we go. And with that rousing rendition of the Star Spangled Banners by the rink's PA system, we are just about ready to drop the puck at the Steel Ice Center in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. The Marauders look to carry that momentum from the last weekend. Absolutely electric games. An overtime winner at hated rival UPenn. And an even more hated rival recently, getting a 6-3 win over the Westchester Golden Rams, the first team to beat them in regulation all season. Millersville, they're playing their best hockey at the best time to do it, and there's so much more of it coming up. Puck drop soon. And then one last check at that upcoming schedule for Millersville. Just one more game left in the regular season. We'll be heading back to the city of brotherly love where we took down UPenn last week. Same building, actually, to take on their roommates, Drexel. And they'll be playing, too. Big game for playoff implications. Both tied for the 6th seed at 12 points. Drexel has the edge for right now because they beat them in overtime earlier in the season, but that can all change tonight if Quakers can get it done in regulation. That'll be game we'll be starting in about 5 minutes. So try to keep you updated on that while this one goes on. Puck drop coming up from the Steel Ice Center in Bethlehem. At least I thought it was. There we go. We are underway. Jonah Bird quickly breaks off, gets a shot, and immediately keeping with the hot stick. He had his first 2 goals of the season last Saturday against Westchester. Hey, there might be a couple more in him. Breakaway attempt from Lehigh here. It's Nicholas Kinakola. Kinakola sandwiched out by a pair of Marauders defenders. Jake Petticone comes away with it. Petticone rifles it off the boards. Cannot be sticked cleanly by Aiden Stromberg, but it's chased down into the Lehigh defensive zone. Zerko staying on it. Kicked back to the captain, Dunnigan. Dunnigan sends down to Bird. Bird from the blue line tries to go a bit of a lateral feed to Jake Petticone. Doesn't work. They'll cycle back to Dunnigan. Gavin Rusnott getting his first start of the spring semester. It's after the first 2 games as the transfer sensation Tyler Cassidy stood on his head against both of the Marauders' biggest rivals there and performed admirably in his first away and home starts for Millersville. Rusnott gets the nod again tonight at his old stomping grounds. He used to play Phantoms youth hockey. He knows this building better than anyone else on the ice. So we'll see how he does tonight. It'll be Walter O'Connell anticipating the draw for Millersville. Morgan behind him and Schindler at the blue line. Cannot be won by the Marauders. Scoots in front of the Mountain Hawks goalie. That's Curran Wilga. Shot in by Rysak. Goes high. Wilga's going to dive for it. And at the 11th hour, Curran Wilga makes the save on the Marauders. Nearly a first 2-minute goal there. 18:47 left to go in our first period. The Marauders, 3 quick shots on the home squad. They've mustered one of their own. None of them have been able to beat the goaltender. Schindler controls, it bangs off the boards, trying to redirect to O'Connell or Ryder. Couldn't find either of them. Morgan will chase it down the corner. The PA system is jumpy today. It'll be Brandon Gow sending it out. Gow's pass has to be collected again by Lehigh. Through their defensive zone, works up to Gow. Gow quickly taken away by Schindler. Schindler waits and will have to retreat to his defensive zone. Entering the Marauder zone is Valentin Kirilko. That's a hockey player's name right there. Maybe watch out for him. Johnny Morgan enters the attacking zone for Millersville. Morgan from the wing sends it into the middle. Nobody home for the pass snap. Picked up by Bell, but a whistle. Before the younger Bell could get his stick to it, his brother Jackson, an assistant coach on Thursdays when he can, still being tied to the team. A leader in the locker room, even when he doesn't ride the bus with us. His younger brother nearly got a shot in there, but the ref stops that one early. 18 minutes on the dot left to go in our first frame. It'll be the senior Aiden Carey on the face-off attempt for Millersville on the stick side of Wilga. No clear winner there, kicked out. Looking for Corelli. Batted out of the air by Bell. Bell dangling between a couple men. Leaves for Bieber. Bieber in front. Turned away. Lehigh staying with it. It is Gow sending it out. Gow intercepted in neutral zone, but Max Altvader takes it away. Back out off Bell. Ricochets off Carey. And scoots past Wilgo where it's picked up by one of his D-men. Lehigh trying to break out and get the first real opportunity of the evening. It's Tobin Tracy. Tracy centering pass. Turned away by the Marauders defense. Petticone sends it back the other way off Bieber's stick. Sent in far side by Corelli. Bell skates around the horn to get to it where it's picked up by Bieber. Bieber to the center for Petticone. Petticone up and wide of Wilga. Lehigh attempting a breakout. It is Brandon Kobesh. Rings it off for Petticone. Petticone to his friend Bell, but it's taken away by Landon Lynch. I love the alliterative names there. It's Owen Wilkinson. Wilkinson's kind of rifles it in between a couple of Mountain Hawks, finds no one. Slaybaugh sat for senior night. He's back in the starting lineup today. Wes Kopshow and Zachary Slaybaugh are in the attacking zone for Millersville. Taken away by Wilkinson. Wilkinson in a bit of a car wreck with 2 guys, but he's right back up to his feet. A lot of fight in that kid. Ty Dunnigan sends it down, looking for Wilkinson, right back up after that multi-car collision. Wilkinson rifles it in right to the glove of Wilga, the 6th shot he's faced this evening. None of them have been able to beat him. Gavin Rusnok, his opposite, has only faced 1 so far. 16:25 left to go in our first frame. The Marauders level at 0. Another face-off from the stick side of Wilga. It'll be O'Connell this time. Works to Morgan, rips it. Deflected off of a combination of Alan Ryder and Connor James. Big hit near the Lehigh bench. Gets a lot of words out of the Marauders bench, but the refs are going to let them play tonight. I like it. Got to keep that physical call. Don't want to make important calls too early because you don't want to really dictate the flow of the game like that. Good no call. 16 minutes left to go as Wilga gloves a weak pop out from Morgan. Face off there, won by Lehigh. Man goes to a knee, sends it up, and where'd the puck go? Oh, it sneaks over the gap in the netting there. Well, hopefully that doesn't happen over here, although my head is on a swivel, folks. I'm ready. Well, face off is so nice, we're going to have to do it again. Twice, someone said. O'Connell can't control it. Clean. Ryder bears down on it. That is Julian Toth skating around Alan Ryder. Gets behind Wilga, and it's picked up by Connor James. James working it out of his defensive zone, harassed by Johnny Morgan. Somehow squeaks through a combination of Morgan and Ryder. Squeaks through the entire Marauders defensive zone for a quick second as it's chased in by Nicholas Sinicola. Sinicola works around Rusnok's back. Has a centering pass broken up by Ryder. He'll come out of the game. Good body block from Alan Ryder. Schindler will chase it down. Quick skates on that one. Schindler. Good defensive. Gets Morgan open. Rifles it to him. A little too fast for Morgan, though, as it careens off his stick and out of play. 15-10 left to go. Let's take a look at the playoff picture. With the Colonial Cup playoffs starting next weekend, the playoffs will be set in stone tomorrow. So we'll see what they look like today. Westchester and Newman have locked up the 1 and 2 seeds and will get that first round bye. So moving for Millersville is still possible, but that requires TCNJ to beat Scranton tonight, so don't count on it. So as of now, the first round matchups would be Millersville versus Stockton and Scranton versus Drexel. One team sits on the outside looking in, and that's the UPenn Quakers. And trick of it is, they play the Drexel Dragons tonight. So essentially a play-in game. Have another screen open up or can follow it somewhere else. Tune into the SFBN Sports Fanbase Network. They'll have UPenn and Drexel. Should be a good one from Philadelphia. Lehigh getting a little more shots in on Rusnok. Got one more. Schindler trying to put an end to that, though. Morgan and Schindler staying with it. O'Connell looks to back on. 5 holes O'Connell and squirts out to Valentin Kirilko. Kirilko rifles it in wide of Rusnok. Bit of a push, a couple pushes administered to Ramon's defensive end. Can't be pushing around Rysack like that. You're going to get some response. And Millersville squeaks past Rusnok. Wow, dangerous opportunity early on for Lehigh. Just goes wide of Rusnok's far post and keeps this one level. Quick scare early for Millersville. Maybe they'll get their heads in it a little more. Schindler will chase it down. Has Rysack on his far side. Goes to the netting. And again, if that netting's not there, someone's catching a piece of vulcanized rubber to the skull there. Not fun. But again, thank you, netting. A touchdown to a field goal in the shot department, but goose eggs on the big board. Who wants to take this face-off? Is it you, Thor? Oh, no. Okay. Thor doesn't want it. That would have been cool. I don't think he's taken one yet this year. Goes to Thor Martin anyway. Haven't called his number yet today, but I expect to a whole lot more. Martin dekes it out for Bird. Bird tries to find Zerko. Gets around him. Bird looking to back up. Works back down far side to Thor Martin. Martin and Bell, the defensive pairing currently. Martin getting harassed by a pair of Mountain Hawks, a flock, if you will. Martin into the neutral zone. Bird wants it. Bird gets it. Bird leaves for DZ. Zerko rips in. Blocked by a host of bodies in transition where it's picked up by Lehigh. Worked out by Brandon Gow. Breakout attempt not very fruitful as Millersville takes away, but loses it again to Lehigh. Falls to Bird. Bird slaps at it. Can't get it. Lehigh breaks out. It's Nathan Volk. Volk loses it for Bird. Bird plays around his man. Again, can't lose it. And open it for Millersville. Go around. It's Aiden Stromberg. Stromberg squeaks it through. Forehand, backhand, and Aiden Stromberg puts the Marauders on the board first. Kids, if you're listening, that's something your coach is telling you. Stick with it. Goalie made the initial stop, but Stromberg stayed with it, looking for everything he can. The ref didn't blow his whistle yet. Play still live. Stromberg pokes it in at the 11th hour and puts the Marauders on the board first. Good fundamental hockey out of Aiden Stromberg. Love to see it. It'll be Carey for Millersville at the center ice draw here. 13 minutes left to go in our opening period. Ripped in quickly by Corelli. They're not done with Wilga just yet. Gets past the outstretched glove of Corelli, but falls to Jake Petticone. Petticone has Dunnigan on his far side, but again defers to Corelli. What's up, Justin? Carey loses it, a little frustrated with himself there. I heard that. Dunnigan has to backtrack. Good defensive play to the captain there. Dunnigan gets a bit of a push, but keeps the puck out of Millersville's zone. Good defensive stop there from Kai Dunnigan. As the Marauders get tagged for icing, we'll have 12 and a half minutes left to go in the first. Really loving Sweet Child of Mine today. Good song, but shake it up a bit. Come on. You got more than one song there. Shot scan 3-9 in favor of our visitors, and just the same in the big board. Marauders got that first goal courtesy of Aiden Stromberg. Petticone takes it behind Rusnock's net, bangs off the glass for Corelli. Corelli fans on it, kept for Carey. Carey a little short on the stick. Pretty much same play as last time. He was picked up by the Marauders this time, worked out by Carey. Carey trying to get him between two men. Aiden Carey from close range, turned away by Wilga's pads, but it's kept in by Wes Bieber. Lehigh back on the attack. It's number 26, Ben Stannard. Stannard sends it in, tries to go close on Rusnock. No real estate with which to work. Corelli out to Bieber. Bieber plays it off the glass, resets the play for Millersville. Getting a needed line change because of fresh faces on the ice, like Connor Rysack and Wes Kopshow. Also, Jacob Schindler. He's there, too. He's pretty cool. Lehigh trying to break out and even things up. Schindler breaks out a streaking Finn Burke there. Nearly had the opportunity. Good heads-up play for Jacob Schindler, cutting that pass off. Schindler not content with just making the pass, getting a little physical with this man in the corner boards, but it stops right there. Don't want any penalties quite yet, boys. But I like the physicality. Rysack plays it. He has Waters open. He sees Waters. Good vision there. I mean, he's right in front of me. Very good on the ice read out of Connor Rysack. But that's what you have the seniors on the squad for. They can do the plays like that. Bell and Martin will need to backtrack here as Waters tries to block it in neutral zone, but it gets around him. But no fret. Ben Bell's there. Turned away by Lehigh. Quick send-in shot. Turned around and picked up by Wesley Kopshow. Kopshow rifles it around the Marauders bench. Somehow it doesn't go in. And Lehigh will stay with it as we near the halfway point in our first period. The Marauders have the only goal of the game so far. Ben Roeder can't handle it cleanly. It's left for Alan Ryder. Ryder in a stick duel with his man. Sent to the ground. Martin needs to chase it into no man's land. He has Ryder. He'll see Ryder. Leaves it just in front of him, so it ricochets. Bad bounce off the board, and it's intercepted by Landon Lynch, the alliterative man out of Lehigh. Landon Lynch, Lehigh. 3 L's. How about that? Gets past Morgan, and the Marauders need to get back to their D zone. It's Ryder, Bell, and Martin heading back. Bell will be the first to it. Leaves from Martin. Martin sends up ice for Slaybaugh. Leaves for O'Connell, but Johnny Morgan, just a tad overzealous to get into the zone, gets tagged for an offside. 9:55 left to go. Shots read 10-4 in favor of the black and gold, and 1-0 on the big board. We're ready to go with a neutral zone face-off, won by Lehigh. Only 4 shots in, 1 dangerous opportunity, the squeaker that nearly got past Rusnock early on, but in the first 10 minutes, not a whole lot else out of this Mountain Hawks offense. Although they have a whole lot of time left to do it, about 50 minutes. So don't talk yet, Garrett. Bird staying with it, fighting through a host of sticks. Behind the back pass to the goal scorer, Stromberg. Stromberg tries to go between the legs to his man, gets to Bird. Bird rips it and goes high and wide of Wilga and stops the clock with 9:24 left to go. Lehigh's nickname is an obvious reference to the local wildlife and nature around this area of Pennsylvania. You know, Mountain Hawks, we have both of those. But It's a fairly new nickname as nicknames go in the collegiate ranks. It was only adopted in 1996. Before that, they were called the Engineers. Now, something that's in reference to the engineering program, but it's actually a reference to the Lehigh Valley Railroad. That's kind of cool. I like Mountain Hawks, so it's a good logo. 9:09 left to go as number 9 picks it up. Sent in by Jake Petticone. Saw him at the anchor early on today, getting his pregame nourishment. Hit laid by Stromberg. Frees the puck momentarily, but not much to play after that as it sends up out of play and rings off the scoreboard. 8:53 left to go in the first. Let's take a quick peek at the standings. Westchester clinched that overall 1 seed. They have 27 points. Newman's got 24. Us and Scranton both have 20. But again, remember, they have the head-to-head over us. Stockton has 14, Drexel 12, UPenn 12, Seton Hall 4. And it's their last chance for a point in conference play. TCNJ will head to Scranton this evening. Again, I don't think they will, but it'll be pretty fun. Rysack gets shown the door in the neutral zone, but he defers to Schindler. Schindler sends it ringing around the fishbowl. Tries to find Carey, but it's picked up instead by Sinicola. Sinicola sandwiched into the wall by Aiden Stromberg and punted back out by the Marauders. Lehigh to break out. They get into the neutral zone. Left for Sinicola. Good head of lettuce on that kid. I always love the hockey mullets. They look beautiful. Left for Jim Rosenblum. Rosenblum misplays. Bieber alone. Does he defer the pass? No, he tries to go short side, but the stick of Sinicola breaks that up. Good defensive play out of the lettuce. Just I say that Sinicola comes back with it. He seems to be the most active Mountain Hawk of the evening. Rusnot can't glove it, so he'll poke it out with a stick. And left for Bell and Slaybaugh. Bell moves up to Slaybaugh. As he'll get his first real touch of the game. Slaybaugh, quick stick moves. Does not leave for Cop Show. Instead goes to Bell. Bell sends it in, deflected. Slaybaugh in the blue. He wants it. He'll send it in. A little hot on the pass of Cop Show. Wilkinson will need to run around and play it. As Lehigh will send it down the ice for Martin and Wang to fight over. They won't get to it. And will be heading back towards Wilga as an icing call befalls the Mountain Hawks. 7:10 left to go in our first period. And another interconference matchup here. It'll be Seton Hall heading to Stockton tonight. I feel that game already tipped off. And correct me if I'm wrong, I think the conference said if Stockton wins that one, Vail will book a spot in the playoffs. Then it'll just be 2 spots left or 1 spot left, 2 teams wanting it. Drexel and UPenn. Absolute cinema. Again, as they come in, I'll try to have updates for that game. It's Wang sending it in. Gloved by Rusnok. The fans are happy with it. First real kind of save conventionally he's had to make today. And he looks sharp after a long winter's hibernation. Again, we're counting on my dad again here, folks, to send us in the UPenn Drexel score. So if you don't want him as fast, if you don't get him as fast as you want him, take it up with him, not me. Big hit by Owen Wilkinson, nearly sending the man into the Marauders. Yeah, Coach Schroeder in harm's way there, but he's not phased. He's seen this a whole lot, and he knows what this is made of. 13-7. Read the shots, 1-0. Read the goals, 6-3 left to go in our first period. Neutral zone faceoff coming right in front of us here. Hey, Johnny, what's up? He can't hear me. Wish he could. It was funny at the Stockton game when I was right behind one of the goalie nets. I think they could hear me for a second if they were real close. I don't know if they were listening, but I probably could have said hi to one of them. Morgan gets it at the neutral zone, rips it in. Low-lying shot turned away by the glove of Wilga. Ryder collects. Tries to backtrack to Morgan, but leaves it a little long. Lehigh comes away with it. It's number 29, Daniel Furman. Furman quickly intercepted and taken away by Petticone. Petticone will send it around. Maybe looking for Wilson in the far boards, but Petticone gets drilled into the wall and onto the ice without eliciting a call. But play stops anyway as the puck puts a dent in the ceiling here at the Steel Ice Center. 6:07 left to go. 14-7 are the shots. Oh, I got a text from my dad. See what's up. Dad, you go on SFBN on YouTube, the Sports Fan Base Network. Anyone else at home wants to keep up with that UPenn Drexel game, should be right there. Maybe you need to do a little bit of looking, but just look on the live tab on YouTube. You should be able to find it. SFBN on YouTube. Don't see that much at this level. See it a lot in the big leagues. Man gets thrown out of the faceoff circle. Schindler collects, rips around, hits Morgan in the face. Oh! You know, Jacob Schindler sends it out like a howitzer, and Johnny Morgan was on the direct receiving end of that. But he is one of the toughest guys out there on the ice. So his neck creaked a little bit, but he's still playing. In a team of tough guys, Johnny Morgan, I'd say, is the toughest. He'll head to the bench to get looked at, hoping the best for him after, again, a season-ending injury suffered in the Westchester game by Jack Cranston. And we'll get it right there, a goal from Lehigh. But an injury update on Jack Cranston there, suffered a season-ending knee injury after a collision with Jonah Bird at senior night. Again, you hate to see it for Jack Cranston. Got injured earlier this season in that Maryland game, same knee. Just breaks my heart for the kid. It was a big contributor on this Millersville offense. Got a point in nearly every game he competed in. And the Marauders need one of those points to get out of this hole here. Lehigh will level it back up at 1 with 5.5 minutes left to go. It'll be DZ, Andrew Zerko. A little hesitant to get in the faceoff circle. He's taking his time as the trainer evacuates the ice. Doors shut. Sticks already. We're ready to go here. It'll be Zerko taking on Tomaskovitz in the faceoff circle. Tomaskovitz wins it. Say that one a couple times fast, folks. Bird nearly fans on it. UPenn, excuse me. What am I doing? UPenn plays in Drexel. Lehigh looking to press their advantage here after the goal. Millersville staying with it. It's Martin trying to get a stick in the fray, but can't free it. He does there as a collision with Zerko. Frees it up. Zerko, open ice hit, left for Bird. Bird tries to skate through him in. Nearly gets it there. And it's been a season of nearlies for Jonah Bird, but he did ring the bell twice last week against Westchester. Zerko in front of Wilga. Open up for Bird. Again, Bird turned away where he wants it. But again, always last second, something goes wrong with Jonah Bird. I feel for the kid, but at least he got his 2. 4:54 left to go. Lehigh inching closer in that shot total. They're only down 5, 15-10. And we're below 5 minutes as Bird will take the face-off. Petticone behind him. It falls to Dunnigan. Dunnigan from the blue line, turned away. Dunnigan keeps it in, though. Good play. Ripped around by Zerko for the Marauders goal scorer, Stromberg. Stromberg left for Petticone, ripped in right into the breadbasket of Wilga and saved. 4:41 left to go. Bird saying, got a good look at it there. Again, just stopped. And don't know if I see Morgan on the bench. I think I do. Test out the eyes here. I'm pretty sure it's him. Doesn't look to have gone to the locker room yet. Quick shot in from Bieber. Nearly gets through. Left behind the back for Carey. Carey rips it in low. Jake, get out of my shot. Saved by Wilga. Pretty much the same face-off again, but much different personnel for Lehigh. The little fella, Ben Standard, getting in. I'm sorry, you're probably taller than me, Ben. You just look short compared to everybody else. Don't take it personally. Dunnigan rips it in. Wide of Wilga. Collected by Petticone. Petticone chips it over Wilga's head. Petticone takes a big hit into the boards. Man comes off the skates, leads with the shoulder. Clean play. Bieber trying to free it. Left for Curley. Curley throws the brakes, leaves for Bieber. Carey in front of Wilga. Can't get it to him. Picked off by Lehigh. Lehigh sends out. Cannot get past Kai Dunnigan. Dunnigan cross ice to Petticone. Petticone leaves it up in the air. Blocked by the tall fella, Coach Tobin Tracy. Again, another alliterative name on this team. Are there any more? I should have looked for this. Hey, Landon Lynch, Tobin Tracy. Pretty cool. I like it. Level at 1. 3:55 left to go. The Marauders nearing 20 shots Lehigh at 10. It'll be Owen Wilkinson in on the draw for Millersville. Again, yes, Lehigh not liking that look, as it'll be, where are you, 14? Yeah, there you go. It'll be him heading to the bench. Tracy, that's what it was. I had Tracy and Toth mixed up. Wilkinson trying to chase it down. Slayball wants it. Slayball get it. Slayball rips it in. Gloved, but can't be gloved cleanly. Now opportunity from Rodgers there. Slayball chases rebound down. Lehigh looking to break out. They do. It's Max Altvader. Altvader blocked at the last second for a shot by Slayball. Looking to get his shot back. Works up to Wilkinson. Wilkinson takes his time. Big hit in open ice. Owen Wilkinson decimated by his man, and he pops right back up on the skates. Wow. That was a brutal looking hit. But they will let it go. Clean hit, but man, that's hockey for you, folks. And again, another example of that being hockey. Johnny Morgan right back on the ice, off taking a howitzer shot from Jacob Schindler. O'Connell looks to break it up, and it falls to Petticone. Bell breaks in. Bell skates between his men. Bit of a playoff drill for Bell. It's going to be a practice drill for Bell. Skating in between the cones. Alan Ryder a little frustrated with himself. He couldn't convert from close range. Don't worry, Alan, you'll get more shots. 21-10, it should be 22-10. A sleigh ball to a Cranston, if you will, in the shot totals. 1-1 in the first. It'll be O'Connell waiting for the stick side face-off. If Lehigh get their personnel ready. They got it. And we're about to get started on the face-off circle again. Ref quick with the hook for the Mountain Hawks this evening. 5 holes, Morgan. The first to Martin. Martin rips in. Deflection from Wilkinson, Deflection from O'Connell. Nearly goes in. Morgan. Spinorama shot in. Just a smidge wide of Wilga. 2:34 left in our first period. Goals from Stromberg and a Lehigh player I didn't see when I was doing the Cranston injury report. You always hope a goal doesn't happen when you're doing one of your segments, but sometimes you're unlucky. Face off right in front of us, goes the Marauders' way. Sent in by Martin. Rebound fanned on by Ryder. Picked up by Morgan. Sent in, looking for O'Connell. O'Connell loses it quickly. Back to Bell. Bell just sends it in wide of Wilga. Millersville staying with it. It's Ryder. Ryder to first for Martin. Martin from the blue line. Does he rip it? Does he pass it? Martin passes it in, looking for a man in close. Can't find it. Left on the periphery is Millersville. Switch shot in. Gloved out of Wilga. Actually can't glove it cleanly. Bit of trouble on that shot from Ryder. Came in. I say a good 60, 70 miles an hour. Bell will skate it out and we'll get a stoppage in play with minute 54 left to go as the faceoff will come back towards Wilga's net. He'll get a much-needed swig out of his water bottle. Haven't had to call Rusnock's number in a little bit. He's been kind of bored back there, but, you know, goalies do their own thing. They're safe in their own mind. We're about ready to go as Zerko wins it for Millersville. Bird trying to get it out, but he can't get his stick free of a advancing Finn Burke. Hopefully he's not as good as our Burke from last season. Zerko hounding down in the attacking zone for Millersville. Goads a bad pass out of his man, but it gets to Finn Burke anyway. Burke taking the Marauders defense 1-on-3. That's not going to work. Millersville staying with it. It's Stromberg. Stromberg in a duel with his man. Frees it for Lehigh. Centering ice pass broken up by Bird. Nearing a minute left in our first period. One of these squads is going to take a whole heap of momentum into the first intermission. Dunnigan sends it in. As Lehigh gets a line change off, leaves it a little behind the man he was looking for. Bird takes a hit off his man, drops into his skates. Didn't look like that big of a hit. We are sub 1 minute as the opposing number 11, Nathan Volk, will chase it down. Millersville looking for the last laugh in the first. Petticone off the boards, intercepted by Volk, but turned around for Dunnigan. Dunnigan surveying play, sees his pass, turned away by Volk. Opportunity for Lehigh if they can get it out. Played by Tobin Tracy. Tracy trying to work it in. Dunnigan picks it off. Plays it off the boards to Zerko. 30 seconds left to go if the Marauders can get out quick. They maybe have a shot or two. Can't get out of their D zone right now, though. Petticone tries to stop that. Just one hops his stick and sent back in by Lehigh. Less than 20 to go. As Dunnigan will send it down. It'll be Zerko and Bird looking for the last laugh of the first period. Zerko gets around him. Can't play it cleanly, though. Send it back in. Maybe one last shot from close range. Lehigh content to skate it out. Don't let it get behind you, Rusnock. There you go. That could have been dangerous if we had a less vigilant goalie. So a goal apiece is both sides. The Marauders get the better of the Mountain Hawks, 25-10 the shot total, but it doesn't matter as both squads will score a goal in our first period. We'll be back for the second in about 10 minutes.